On everybody, it's JetsCentral finally coming back with another video. I was actually out of town for a little bit, but anyway, in this one I wanted to talk a little bit about the cornerback position for the New York Jets. Okay, is this position grouping going to be an issue moving forward, right, heading into training camp, heading into preseason? Is this group going to alleviate some of the concerns, some of the worries that the Jets fans might have? Because right now, let's just take it at face value. There's a lot of concern. There's a lot of haze. There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding this position. Yes, we do have Tremaine Johnson, but outside of him, there's just so much unknown, right? Whether that's due to late round draft picks, right? Injury prone players, young players, inexperienced players. We just don't, as Jets fans, we don't have that closure. We don't have that just that feeling of reliability right now with this unit. Nothing against the players, just calling it like we see it. These players haven't had a lot of experience. Really, I feel like there's so many question marks surrounding this position. I mean, yes, we have to assume as Jets fans that Tremaine Johnson will be the cornerback #1 heading into the offseason programs and whatnot because of his payday, because of his experience, because of his experience with Greg Williams. But let's be honest here. He definitely has to improve. Last season was a disappointment from Tremaine. I mean, last season he came over as one of, if not the highest paid cornerback in the NFL, and he has a below average season. That's just unacceptable. He definitely has to take a step in the right direction and become that solid #1 cornerback that the Jets signed him to be. So we need him to get better. But outside of Tremaine Johnson, I mean, he's kind of the only guaranteed starter. I mean, right now, who's going to be playing opposite of him, right, at that outside cornerback #2? Who's also going to be playing slot corner, right? And I really feel like that the handful of guys that are going to be, in competition to get some of these minutes or playing time, still kind of in that basketball mindset. I mean, we have Perry Nickerson right out of Tulane, drafted last season. One of my ex-GM Mike McCagnon's picks. Still feels weird saying that. But yeah, we got Perry Nickerson. We got Darryl Roberts. I like Roberts. He's actually one of my favorite players on the team, just because I've known about him forever. Was a New England Patriot, played at Marshall. He's actually from Florida. We got, who else? Blessiot Austin, rookie coming in from Rutgers, but there's still some injury concern. We got Derek Jones, former 7th-round pick out of Ole Miss, and I remember when he was at Ole Miss, he was really versatile. He played on offense and defense. He has nice size, speed, etc., but also injury concerns. And then, that's not the whole cornerback roster, but that's really just, I feel like, the main bulk of guys that are going to be competing for starting roles with this Jets team. I mean, we have other guys like Jeremy Clark and stuff from Michigan, but from top to bottom, I would say that handful of guys are really going to be in the rotation. That are going to be getting like the first-hand looks. Now, I will say that I felt as though the New York Jets could have attacked this position better through free agency and the draft. I mean, I was looking at like a guy like Jamar Taylor, former Cleveland Brown, had past experiences with Greg Williams inside that same defense, at least from the outside speaking. So Jamar Taylor is a guy who, he was a free agent for a really long time. I felt like the Jets could have pounced on that opportunity just for a depth move, but we didn't. Morris Claiborne, I will say, is still a free agent, so the Jets head into training camp or preseason, and they look at, they're all looking at each other like, hey, cornerback's going to be an issue moving forward. I could see them bringing back Morris on maybe a 1-year contract. I mean, he has experience with the guys in the locker room, obviously, and I didn't really think he played that bad last season. Especially in the first half of the season, he was playing really good football. Towards the tail end of the season, he kind of, I mean, his play didn't nosedive or anything like that, but I mean, he wasn't a top 5 corner, top 10, top 15 corner. I'll put it like that. But I thought in the beginning half of the season, really solid stuff from Morris. I'm actually shocked that he didn't. I mean, he still hasn't even signed. I mean, this guy's still a free agent. He's still a starting caliber player in the league. He could contribute to any team he goes to, really. So Claiborne's still a free agent, so I could see the Jets maybe re-signing him if worst case scenario, every guy on the roster is like, we're battling injuries and we're just there's just we can't really count on the players that we have on the roster. So there's still options to get better at this room. I will say, once training camp really gets into the thick of things, we could see some guys getting cut. Look at guys like Josh Norman. How good of a system fit is Norman with Greg Williams, kind of that pressing man type of defense? I don't really know how good of a fit he is, but I will say, talented guy, a lot of experience. You could count on him. So Josh Norman, keep your eye on him. But really, is this Jets cornerback position going to be an issue? Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Right now, I'm politely, or I don't want to say politely, I guess I should say, like, I'm concerned about it, but I'm not panicking, right? I'm not saying we need to upgrade right this instant, but I'm saying, okay, let's keep an eye on the situation. If it starts to, maybe go out of hand a little bit, let's upgrade. Maybe let's look at the players getting cut, whatever. Morris Claiborne, what's going on with him? But as of right now, I'm not panicking. I'm kind of taking it day by day and seeing how everybody kind of progresses. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Is this position grouping going to be an issue or an Achilles heel moving forward? So, yeah, from really top to bottom, safeties, solid. Middleton, Jamal Adams, Marcus May, really solid stuff. Oh, forgot to mention the whole cornerback thing, Brian Poole as well. I mean, Brian Poole, ex-Florida Gator, I mean, he's going to be coming in and probably going to be getting some starting looks as well, really in that slot cornerback position. But he's not, I mean, this guy isn't a superstar. I mean, he's not coming in as a top 10 lockdown guy, so he's still going to be in competition. So, really, Brian Poole is another guy, former Atlanta Falcon, big hitter. I question his hitting ability in open field, like one-on-one matchups. But when he's playing off the ball and really coming downhill, I think he's going to be a really nice piece. But still not a guaranteed starter. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks so much for watching. And go Jets.